Just arrived at my friend's house where we normally gallop the dogs, but obviously in this sort of heat it's far too hot to gallop the dogs, you know, and for them to cool down properly. So we're swimming this morning, so that's what we're up to.
Gonna grab his breakfast back on it. I'll just pick up. There's a dial underneath, just turn it round. That's the problem you have. You're like a banana, mate. I had a load of stuff I bought at the floor shop. Yeah, do the field thing. Yeah. So we haven't got plenty of time, haven't we? A bit of overtime. Not paid for it, right? But yeah. Get in if you want.
That's all the dogs swam now. It's we're so fortunate to have such a fantastic facility that I can use. You know, I mean they're very kind to us to let us use it. Because obviously you can't gallop in this weather, and by swimming them gives them good exercise and also keeps them cool. So really fortunate to be able to use the swimming and the gallop, to be honest. Right, we've got our races through for the weekend. Rocky and Jack are both out on Sunday. Jack's out in an A1, Trap 2. I'd rather him have been in 1, but Trap 2 is what we've got. And Rocky's in an A2, which I feel is a little bit unfair really, because he wins an A3 in an A3 time, he's upgraded to an A2, comes last in an A2 and stays in an A2, which, you know, I don't think the racing manager's being over fair on him really. You know, he's not been, it's a difficult one for him. Hopefully he goes well. He's got his Trap 6, which is his suited trap, so hopefully he'll go all right. But that's the plan. We've got 2 runners on Sunday. Swimming was good yesterday for him. Everything went to plan. And I took Paddy as well. Now, I mean, even though Paddy's got an injury, swimming, putting no pressure on the wrist, is fine for him. Obviously, you know, I mean, swimming is easier than running for him. So it was good. It was good and nice to be able to take him as well. But let's roll on Sunday, see what we've got. Saturday afternoon, nice and sunny, nothing else to do, so what I thought I'd do is give the van a clean and a tidy up. I bought 2 of these trays from B&Q earlier, and what I've done, I've drilled some holes in the corners, 2 holes in the corners where the wheels were, and put the grip ties through. And what I'm going to do, I've done it with that one already, I've fixed it to the top of the cages, and it's solid enough. It's going nowhere, you know. I mean, it's solid enough, and hopefully I can now put all my stuff that's in the back, all the stuff I need for race days, put it all in the back, and keeps it all nice and tidy and secure. The van's a lot tidier. That's the trays all fitted, and they're not going anywhere. I'm really pleased with that. That's turned out really well, and not much money spent on doing it. They're to put in all the stuff that you use on race days, like my buckets. The bucket there, that's for, you know, with the brush and the cloth for cleaning the feet after racing. There's 2 buckets. The other one I fill up with cold water in this weather and put a towel in it, get the towel wet, have a wet towel just to hang over the dogs after racing. These are all my spare jackets. I don't usually use them ones. They'll be up there as well. Drinking bowls, all the towels for drying the dogs' feet off. There's plenty of them, so they can go up there. Race jackets. Now them race jackets there, sorry, not race jackets, coats. They're the coats that I use just on race days. They're not the ones I use for walking. There's 3 or 4 of them, I think. And the blue Gain ones, they're like Rain Max. They're just a thin raincoat for just to keep them dry when it's just a shower and it's warm. Then there's obviously my bag with which has got more race jackets in, compression suits. I'll tell you about compression suits another day. Sudocrem. Once I've washed the dog's feet in the bucket, I dry the feet off and use Sudocrem on the feet after racing. It just stops any sandburns or sores they might get on the feet when they're running at that sort of speed. So I use that, and it stops anything like that. Vaseline, use Vaseline. There's 2 Vaseline, and nail clippers. Took 2 nail clippers in there. Didn't know I had them, to be quite honest, both of them. So that's the sort of stuff that you use on race days, and I'm going to put all that up there. It makes the van a lot tidier. And I've just got a fan. Now, with this new van, it's got air conditioning, where every van for greyhound racing now has to be, by GBGB law, has to have air conditioning fitted, which is what I've got in this van. I didn't have it in my old van, that's why I needed to change it. But I've also bought a fan, so that will a really good fan that they use in camper vans, and that is an American one. I've been looking for one for ages, and I've actually got it now, so I'm going to fit that this afternoon as well, to just to push the cold air around and keep it even cooler. So I better get on and do a bit. Well, that's a lot more tidier now in the van. I've just got that fan to fit now. But the only problem is fitting the trays. I just can't get the buckets in, just won't fit. I don't know what I'll do with them. They'll have to stay in the back, but in this bit, but one of them, can't have it always. Just fitted the cold air fan now. That's blowing when the air conditioning's on, that should blow the cold air around, just to give the dogs a little bit more comfort. This little pocket down here, I've fitted the inverter into it. I would imagine if it was a working van, it would be used for like plumbers to run their copper pipes all the way through, and you know, electricians to run the cladding through. But I've fitted the converter in there, and I'm going to get I'll go to B&Q again, and I'll get a nice little plastic box that I can just slide under there, and I can keep stuff in there, which is good, really, very good. Right, that's all my jobs done for today. Time to get a nice cup of tea. Sunday morning, race day at Toaster. We're just out on a morning walk. I've just had a text from a friend of mine and he says that with Jack being out of trap 2, the one dog in Jack's race has been withdrawn, which is great for us, because that's what we really wanted. Rocky's got his trap 6, so we're hoping they go well. Apparently it's raining at Toaster at the moment, and it's just started spitting with rain here. We've had a little shower, but it's not too bad. I'll get these home now, get them on the beds for a little bit, then I'll rub them down, get them ready, and we're off to Toaster. Jack's race, I said to you earlier that there was no one dog in the race. Now there's been the 3 dogs been withdrawn and the 4 dogs, so it's a 3 dog race, more like a trial than anything else. I've just helped out with one of the trials with Patrick, and the track seems like it's running really fast to me, so let's hope Jack can get out and away. It's still a tough, you know, even though there's only 3 dogs in it, it's still a tough one, but well, it is what it is, and we'll go with that.
At 9-2, the hare is on the move. Here's the Colonel.
3 and 4, favourite in 6, off and racing, and the best break is going to come from the 5. Into the turn we go, and you 2 there for John Mullins Kennels will scoop round the first bend, followed through by Canto the Jack, and then your favourite, your short price Jolly Loggers Buddy, back in 3rd but making ground. In between these last couple of bends now in the opener, the A1 contest, and it's still 5 galloping along. You 2 there for Anderson Waters and John Mullins, comes off a turn from 6 Loggers Buddy for Harms and Simon Arms, and then back to 2, and that is Canto the Jack, and that is White and Adam Sir. There's the result to race 1.
Ended up with only 3 dogs in the race in the end. It became a little bit of a trial, but unfortunately, out of the 3, Jack come 3rd. He ran okay. I mean, the winning time was 29.60 something, so he weren't far off. So he's probably run his normal time. So I'm pleased with him. I mean, he's come off safe and sound, which is the main thing. And we go again, but unfortunately, he wasn't a winner today. Just going down for Rocky's race. Let's hope he goes a little bit better than Jack did. Hey Rock, come off safe, boy.
All in. We can go over and join the Colonel.
From Billy, and that means the hare is on the spin for the A2, the 232, the Jolly's in 6, Whiz Bang Rocket. Traps lift, not the best of breaks for Whiz Bang. It's a trailing them. Into the turn we go. 2's going to lead up there, Magical Richie. So Magical Richie now just trying to set the pace of the race, really, from the 4, which is Cyclone Sydney for David Jeans. But 2 is beginning to motor now at this second last bend and just kicking into it there and holding the advantage at this stage of the race by a good 4 lengths off the turn. And this is Home and Hosed. Up to the wife, you're on the blue, form the orderly queue. 2 are beat 5 and 3 in a photo for second, but it's all about the 2, Magical Richie.
That was a strange race. Missed his break completely missed his break, nowhere miles back. Showed massive pace to get into second, and then coming off the last bend he dropped back into the pack again. I'm not even sure where he finished, but a strange race, but he did all right. He's done all right, he's competed, and that's the main thing. Hey Rock, let's go and get a nice drink now, cool down a bit, eh boy? Not the greatest of days for us racing today, to be quite honest. When I walked Jack back to the kennels, I noticed he'd got a cut on his left hand side. It's quite a nasty one, to be honest, and I'm not quite sure how he's done it. Polly the vet had a look at it, and she's cut the fur back from around it, and it looks even worse now than it did at the time. But he'll be all right, you know. I mean, he'll be all right. It just take a little while to heal up. Hopefully he'll be well enough to run next week. I don't know at the moment. It's something we just got to treat and keep our fingers crossed that he's gonna, you know, it will heal up and we can get him out next week. The plan was to take him to Perry-Barr, but it all depends on this injury at the moment. Also, when I was washing Rocky's feet when I got him back, he's lost a toenail on one of his back feet. So that must be a little bit sore as well. So it's another little injury for him as well as Jack. So a couple of little things to treat this week. We'll have to see how they go over the week and decide whether they'll be able to run next weekend. So it's not been our greatest day racing, but we'll go again. And thank you very much for everybody who likes and subscribes. Keep viewing, and it's very much appreciated. Thank you very much.